Yeah. Glitch the guarantee. E&E. With your boy shit. Glitch, nigga. Shit, I'm about to flood the streets like when the levees break. Criminal minds, my Garcia can navigate. Flowing while I'm blowing this gas. Nigga, no breaks. Niggas not seeing me ever. I mean, no dates. Fuck around and end up gone. You getting misplaced. E&E, the shit that I claim. You dealing with grace. Took over the game by storm like Rain's mixtape. Thankfully, I been up in smoke like my mixtape. Counting cheddar shit, I'm about to make a grilled cheese. Niggas be faker than bad bitches with good weeds. On my John Wick shit like Keanu Reeves. Replacements won't be enough, you need the whole team. I've been a G since I could finish my ABCs. Kept it a buck so real niggas look up to me. This butcher boy shit get crazy when it's sick of me. I'm coughing out these dope bars till they sick of me.
Can't get rid of me, still can't find a remedy. Still blowing palmers if it comes to Hennessy. E&E, we own our shit independently. When I go out on a limb, I take extremities. I can see right through them transparency. Heard their self-esteem low, insecurities. Now or never, like glitch the guarantee. What's the recipe? King L's Reflection 3. All these chapters in my life, you can turn the page. Books can't tell you my story, gotta live a day. Glitch got my back, yeah, you can copy that. Man, we control the seat, you can copy that. Leave your whole state red like Republicans. Putting fire on the track, now it's bubbling. Butcher boys, E&E, you in trouble, kid. At first 100 mil, you can double it.
Let's go, let's go. All the hustles getting money, let it show. Let it show. Automatic nigga, how we get the dough. Get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. Gotta go. Butcher boy shit, nigga, let's go. Let's go. All the hustles getting money, let it show. Let it show. It's automatic nigga, how we get the dough. Get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. Gotta go. Butcher boy shit, nigga, let's go.
Flow sick, corona, jealous in the motherfucker. Can't even take a step, that's how far I trust you. This black boy turned to shining king under pressure. West side fat jacks, I took more than measure. Shave the extras, that's business, started feed. Street blues, what I talk, royal blood flowing free. Power on my mind, knows the gang is kind. Read between the lines, it was in my eye. If they ain't got real lines, it ain't hard to spot a counterfeit. Undefeated, ultra real, Fern Gully Mountain shit. Couple hot shots, turn on the frozen margaritas. Even better when it's served with some flawless features. Next year they gotta pay for these flawless features. Flawless victories from the flaws that they teach us. Now my flow imitate how I board the plane non-stop. The little J gon' take over with my time side.
Yeah, I get right to it. My nigga, we beg your pardon. We putting niggas back in boxes. Yeah, they be harder. My flow be retarded. Sick, I need hella help. My groove came back. This must be how Stella felt. We just started kicking it like a yellow belt. We all made it to the pros. This is how LaMelo felt. You better yell out help. Here comes the double team. You catch me in the spot, then you know that the boy is clean. The Louis V look mean with the magazine. So if you try it, you get shot. No vaccine. If you asleep before I came, then I'm the caffeine. I pull the jokers out the deck. Get her ain't no laughing. In CEO fashion, we sticking to the business. Wouldn't even let a vegan knock me off my chicken. Something about the VVS when the sun is hitting. Should be flashing like the lights when you getting
Let's go, let's go. All the hustles getting money, let it show. Let it show. It's automatic, nigga, how we get the dough. Get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. Gotta go. Put your boy shit, nigga, let's go. Let's go. All the hustles getting money, let it show. Let it show. It's automatic, nigga, how we get the dough. Get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. Gotta go. Put your boy shit, nigga, let's go.
Yeah. You already know it's your brother, Virgil Berry, aka Stacks with the Facts, Jack. And we here, man. We here, man. What's good with y'all, man? Y'all know we about to have a conversation, man. I wasn't even going to do an early show, but when I came across this earlier today, and I told myself, I said, man, we're going to talk about it. Big E, what's happening, man? Big E said Marlon is old enough to know to stay out of those grown men business, knowing how petty 50 is. Hey, man, we're going to talk about it, man. We're going to drop that link, open up the panel. We're going to have a conversation, man. You did. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? And y'all know when I got the hip hop, the We Bleed hip hop shirt on, we talking about straight hip hop right now, man, on top of other things. You already know it's your brother Virgil, aka Stats with the Facts, man. Y'all tapped in, tuned in to another episode of A Real Talk Podcast. You already know what it do, what it be, what it is, man. You know what I'm talking about? You know? And yeah, man. And I'm pretty sure y'all all seen, heard, same stuff I have. I'm about to come back up, y'all. And let me throw this up on the screen for y'all real quick so y'all can see the imagery. You know? And let me just say this, right? Let me just say this, right? The grand scheme of things, we got two black brothers going at each other's necks, right? Very prestigious, wealthy, and successful black brothers, right? And let's remove everything else. Let's just get down to the nitty gritty. We got two black brothers who at some point in their careers, both of them have become compromised. And at the end of the day, the people with the puppet strings is like this. And this is what they want. That's just cut and dry what it is. So let's look at that for what that is right now. We got two black brothers going at it. And hold on, remove the emotions, remove everything else. We're focusing on just that specific point alone. Nothing else. We're going to get to all that other stuff. We're going to get to the context. We're going to get to everything else. But just right now, base level is two black brothers, right? Going at each other, tearing each other down, right? As the people with the puppet strings sit on top and look down and laugh, right? Just think about it like that, right? The former pretty boy was happening. He said, bro, nothing ever surprises me about him. He just can't stop yapping with his transcontinental son. He fell, so all he got is his mouth. No Diddy oil. Hey, I was thinking the same thing, Big E. I ain't gonna even hold you, bro. I was thinking the same thing, Big E. Like, what happened between 50 and Marlon? This seems kind of personal, man. Right? Oh, well, but we gonna talk about it, right? Good, bad, and different. We gonna definitely chop it up and pop it up. You know what I'm talking about? My brother Jerome McKinley tapping in on Facebook. What's happening? My baby Davia McCoy tapping in on Facebook. What's happening? Yeah, man. Meet and greet each other in the comment section. Meet and greet each other in the comment section on Facebook. Yeah, man. 50 and Marlon been going at it, as we all know. And man, it's crazy. Oh my gosh, man. And this is, and before we get into the intricacies and the who's for 50, who's for Marlon, or whatever the situation may be, right? Let's talk facts, right? Fact of the matter is, these are two very successful black men. Another fact, these are two very funny, successful black men. One being a professional comedian, one being just a funny ass nigga, right? So the trolling can go on for days and days and days, right? But this is the main thing that I always want y'all to keep in perspective when it comes to these people, even those amongst us FBAs who become these people, right? Like I just said, at some point in both of their careers, they both became compromised. And I don't have to get into details about what compromise means. Y'all tap in with me. You should know that. right? So sometimes, you know, man, some things have to go without saying, right? And that's all a part of boxing cleverly with your words too. Let's just do some brief history. We know Marlon Wayans of the infamous Wayans family clan, very successful comedian, comedic actor. Him and Sean, right, have made some very successful movies with the help of their big brother Keenan, TV shows and all that, right? Right, and played in movies. Nice. I'm talking about Marlon has a very successful movie career. Think about the movies, the classic movies Marlon has played in, right? Number one to me being Above the Rim. A lot of people don't even realize or forget that the guy in Above the Rim was Marlon Wayans, man. Tupac's homeboy. Anyway, who ended up bodying, or should I say Omar Epps' character's homeboy who bodied Pac in the movie? Right? It's crazy, right? Very successful guy. But the first clue of somebody becoming compromised, well, I ain't gonna say the first clue, but a clue to how you know these guys are compromised, and it's always gonna have to do something with the shaming ritual of basically compromising your masculinity. See, rituals and shaming rituals don't always consist of an actual sexual physical act being done. I want y'all to understand and know that. Right? I want y'all to understand that. I want y'all to know that. Right? Yeah, Boogaloo. That was his name, Boogaloo. Dale, you right, pretty boy. That was his name, Boogaloo. Right? You don't have to always commit a physical sexual act, pause, right, to compromise yourself, man. You can compromise yourself on some old, just willing to be involved in certain conversations, man. But I knew Marlon was compromised, right? Let me let y'all know how I knew Marlon was compromised. Let me pull up another page here real quick. Y'all smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page, and of course, share on your social engineering, right? Of course, share on your social engineering, right? I knew Marlon was compromised, right? And we're talking about Marlon now, right? Right? I'm not going to include Sean with this because he was compromised before this, right? But, well, now that I think about it, right? Now that I think about it, I got to go back a little bit further. Let me see if I can find a picture of the scene. Yep, here we go right here. Here we go right here. Boy, the internet can be a beautiful thing, man. Right? This is how I knew not only Marlon, but I would dare say the entire Wayans family compromised. Right? Y'all remember this movie right here? Y'all remember this movie right here? Mo Money? That scene where Damon and Marlon was acting like they was fun boys. with their shirts all tied up around they man. Listen here, let me tell y'all something, man, right? Before we move ahead in the show, let me tell y'all something. Any man who is a man who stands on manhood principles, masculinity, right? In any shape, form, or fashion, will he compromise his manhood for anything? Not no money, not no clout, not a bitch, definitely not a broad, or anything else. A man who is a man standing on manhood and masculinity is not going to compromise he's just not going to do it, man. Right? He just ain't going to do it. Now ask me, well, how do you know that? Because I'm a goddamn it man, and there's nothing that I could ever be presented with, proposition with, that would even get me to in the hallway of the mind frame of thinking about compromising my integrity or my manhood or my masculinity. Nothing. Nothing. Right? What is that? You know you want to be your sir. Nah, you got me. Pause, Jessica. You got me fucked up. No, I don't. I absolutely do not. Not at all. Right? That's when I knew not only the entire Wayans family, but specifically Marlon and Damon. But this is how far Marlon goes back with his compromise. Right? Right? This is when I knew that Marlon was. I've been knew Damon was compromised when him and David Allen Greer used to do that old fun boy ass Raining Men movie review. Fun boy ass Siskel and Ebert, 2 snaps and a twist. In no way, shape, form, or fashion will a man who stands on manhood and masculinity, there is nothing that he would ever do that would compromise any of that. Not for no money, not for no clout, no fame, not for a broad, nothing, man. So that's when I knew Marlon was compromised. Like, damn, they done got Marlon too. After I seen Marlon playing the movie with Pop, I said, oh, that's the little homie from In Living Color, little brother. Funny brother, right? He on his way. You know? He's on his way, right? Then they went and made this movie. Now, this is not me lambasting Marlon, right? This is facts. This is everything I'm saying is 100% true. Y'all seen this movie. It is a cult classic film, right? And when this movie first came out, man, I remember I seen it when it first came out. You know what I'm talking about? This movie came out when I was in the joint. So I seen this movie when I was in the joint. Back in the day when I was doing my first bid as a young dumbass. You hear me? And when I first seen this movie, I just remember I had a feeling of disappointment, right? A strong sense of disappointment in my brethren, right? At the same time, it is a funny ass movie, right? But yeah, man. Marlon. I could only imagine, right? Pause. All right. Let me tell y'all something, man. You don't make it in this industries that these people are in and be in them for the 30, 20, 30 plus years that respectfully 50 and Marlon has been in this at this level of success. You don't get to, no, you don't get to that level without becoming compromised. I want y'all to understand, this is the main thing with this show, because I don't want anybody thinking that I'm taking the side of 50, and I don't want nobody thinking I'm taking the side of Marlon. I ain't taking neither one of these niggas' sides. Both of them compromised, if you ask me. Both of them are basically the same guy, right? And I'm going to break that down to y'all. I'll let all y'all pick sides like one is holier than thou art. Now, none of us are holier than thou art, but most of us ain't doing or involved in the type of stuff they're involved with, the people they're connected to involved with. Most of us would not be, I would like to think that most of us would not be willing to compromise our integrity, our manhood, or our womanhood, if you're a woman, right, in any shape, form, or fashion, just to be successful, rich, and famous. I would like to think that most of us, since most of us are not wealthy, rich, and famous, I would like to think that most of us would not be willing to sacrifice and compromise what these people have sacrificed and are willing to compromise. Because there's not an amount of money that you could offer me to put on whiteface and dress up like a woman. There's no amount of money that you could put on the table and offer me for me to do that. Right? And you know, you got the people that say, well, and that's true. Right? When people get, you know, opportunities to make lots of money, millions of dollars, put yourself in situations to be very life-altering, life-changing, could be a very life-altering, changing in a financial great way for you and your family, you know, but at the same time, man, like I always say, y'all, I got to be able to look in the mirror when I wake up in the morning and when I go to bed at night, as I'm tying my do-rag on, or when I wake up in the morning as I'm brushing my teeth, I have to be okay with what I'm looking at in the mirror. I have to be, right? And I don't care what any of these dudes say. I don't care about any facades that they put on. I know these guys don't look like what they see when they look in the mirror. I know they don't, right? Because I know in order for 50 to get at the level he's at, oh, he had to make some sacrifices and some compromisations. You believe that? Marlon, coming from the infamous Wayans family, right? Oh, I know Marlon has basically done some sacrifices, right? He done sacrificed some shit in order to be where he's at. He done had to make some sacrifices, for sure. That is a fact. And stuff like this is this is what I'm saying. Stuff like this, y'all, ain't no man who's a man gonna dress up like a woman under any circumstances. At all, man. Not for play, not for fun, not for money, not for jokes, not no skits, not no likes, views, subscribers, none of that, man. A man is gonna be a man and stand on manhood 100% every time, every trip. That's a fact. Now, we can keep going with Marlon now, right? We can keep going with old Marlon. This guy, right? Y'all remember all this stuff with Marlon Wayans with his old fun girl wannabe boy ass little daughter? This guy. Let's see, Wilfred Ida. Wilfred Ida, that sounds like one of them good old Southern names, girl. You know? Like Marlon. Come on, man. Right? Now, if you didn't know who Marlon Wayans was, and this just was some regular guy making pictures like this, you would think he was a fun boy. Right? And I don't care what no father or anybody has to say. No father is happy or proud of their daughter, happy that their daughter has made the demonic decision to not only be a fun girl and live her life as a female who engages in sexual activity and behaviors with other females, to double down and take it a step further. She also has the delusion that she is a man or a male, and has such as of such, right? As a result, she has transitioned, right? And I don't care what Marlon say. I don't care what Marlon do. I don't care how many podcasts he go on trying to get the okay and the endorsement and the exception from the LGBTQ LMNOP barbecue committee agenda. Oh no, that's not a Photoshop picture too, y'all. I mean, Marlon actually had a photo shoot where he took mad pictures with red, with rainbow flags and rainbow pause balls, rainbow t-shirts and rainbow handkerchiefs and all that crazy stuff. Real ones can see right through this. And ain't no man who's a man happy accepting that his daughter has now not only decided to be a fun girl, but also is transitioning into a pretend man. You ain't gonna sit up here and tell me that you okay with that and you accept that as a father, because I would never accept it. Never. I'm not saying I would disown my daughter. No, I love Jen to death, and I would still love her, but I would not accept it ever. Right? Why would I? Why should I? Right? How could I? I don't care what anybody says or how anybody feels about it. Ain't no man who's a man gonna sit up here and tell me that he would be okay with that. I don't give a damn if it's your daughter or your son. It wasn't your plan for your young, pretty little princess, little girl to be, it was never in your mind frame for her. You didn't want that for her. As a father, that's not what I want for my daughter. I don't care about nobody saying, well, it don't matter what you do. How come it don't? Honor thy father and thy mother so thy days can be long. Right? Of course, there's context to that. Right? But you ain't gonna sit here and tell me that as a father, your plan for your daughter at any point in life was to her to not be a little girl, not want to be a girl. Matter of fact, renounce her femininity and her womanhood just to be a fun girl and to be a pretend man. You ain't gonna tell me that's what your plans for your little baby girl. You're not gonna tell me that you're okay with that, because I will not believe you. I don't believe you. I don't give a damn how much weak ass, fake ass you put on like you just so. Nah, man, no. Hell no. Would never accept it. Ever. See, that's what a real man would stand on 100. Baby girl, I love you to death, but you know, I just cannot condone or interact, engage, or support, endorse your lifestyle in any way. In any way. Right? That's not how I raised you to be. That's not what I raised you to be. Right? So if you want to choose to make that choice, you have the choice to make, but you can't impose that on me. And I absolutely do not have to accept it at all. So Marlon Wayans got us all messed up, man. Marlon Wayans, man, I personally think that Marlon Wayans is a fun boy. He gives off hella fun boy energy. And I wouldn't be surprised if somebody was to do some digging or somebody was to open their mouth and start talking that he'd have been in some very compromising situations sexually with other males, allegedly. But let me tell y'all what a man wouldn't do. A man wouldn't take a picture like this. A man who's a heterosexual, straight, independent thinking, masculine man standing on manhood would never take a picture like this. There's not an amount of money you could offer me to take a picture like this. Just like you never, it wasn't your plan as a father for your little boy to grow up to be the broad. Ain't no man who's a man going to sit up here and tell me that you accept that from your son. Magic Johnson, you're lying. Dwayne Wade, you're lying. Right? I remember when this dude came out with all this, man. I did a pre-recorded video on it, man. Marlon, you terrible, man. What man who is a man is ever going to advocate for the LGBTQ LMNOP barbecue committee agenda? What man who is a man standing on manhood, masculinity, is going to ever support in any way the LGBTQ LMNOP barbecue committee agenda? Right? So Marlon, and look, I'm saying, I'm not, like I said, I'm not showing y'all all this imagery of Marlon to in any way like make this about him or to seem like I'm just saying this is the stuff that proves what I am saying about Marlon potentially. The only reason you would advocate for such things is if you are okay with such things. And I also made the point that Marlon, you ain't no damn man. I hope you happen to see this by some chance, right? Marlon, you ain't no damn man. Because a man would never, ever do any of this for any reason. He got the half mask on with the fun boy flag. If you ask me, this photo is symbolizing that Marlon likes to play on both sides of the fence. I don't know what made Marlon think that that photo shoot was cool, was lit, was popping, was it. No, man, this wasn't it, Marlon. Right? I mean, look at this dude, man. They done sit up there and took the image that Yeshua said, you know what I'm saying, he put in the sky to remind us that he would never destroy the earth by flood again. And they done took that and turned that into some straight demonic fun boy mess. Right? So there's that with Marlon, right? The very fact that, and I don't, man, listen, man. The fact that Marlon was so public with the situation with his daughter, that lets me know that right there, that whole situation with his daughter, that was something that Marlon was willing to sacrifice. Right? And for that, Marlon, you's a sucker. For that, Marlon, you's a sucker. Right? Flat out. Right? You's a sucker, Marlon Wayans. Your little girl she's beautiful. Right? Beautiful little girl. You hear me? From to this. Right? It's very D Wade-esque. Right? Big D Wade energy. You know, and I think it's sad, man. I think it's very sad. Right? It's very sad. It's very sad, if you ask me, that these guys who think that they are men would be willing to sacrifice their own children just to get some fame and fortune and some money. And I want y'all to understand that when you get into these industries, you're not going to make it to any type of level of this type of success without making some sacrifices and some compromising, man. I just want y'all to know that, man. I'm not saying you can't have a successful long career in these entertainment industries if you don't be willing to make sacrifices and compromises. You just notice that your career would only go so far. Right? If anywhere at all. So Marlon Wayans, you's a sucker. Right? In my eyes, this dude's a sucker. For many reasons. Right? But this for me, this is the main reason right here. This is the main reason. The fact that he went public with this situation, going on TV shows, going on podcasts, like as an advertisement campaign, right? To push this agenda, not only on children, but on Black children, specifically Black female children, right? At the expense of his daughter's integrity. And if you willing to sacrifice that, then you ain't no man. Because you're supposed to protect your children, man. You're not protecting her going out across all these platforms like you just this big LGBTQ LMNOP barbecue committee agenda advocate, but you're a straight masculine man. Stop it, man. Ain't no masculine men supporting the front boy community in any shape, form, or fashion. Marlon, you's a sucker, right? Now, everybody, for the time being, we have a freedom of speech. I'm not going in on this subject with Marlon shouldn't have said what he said. That's why I asked the question, do y'all think he should have kept his mouth shut? Yes and no, if you ask me. Solo Dolo, what's happening? Right? But when it comes to Marlon, man, you feel me? He just shows how much of a sucker he is, man. Right? Any guy who would be willing to sacrifice the integrity of their children in any shape, form, or fashion ain't no man. Anybody who considers himself to be a man ain't never gonna put on no dress. Ain't no man gonna ever do anything that compromises his sexuality, his masculinity. For anything. Not putting on no dress, not acting like no fun boy in movies to get laughs. Not about to sit up here and basically advertise and promote this image of LGBTQ LMNOP barbecue committee agenda ideology ever being okay or advocating for thereof. It is completely demonic. It is demonic for a male to transfer into a female or a female to transfer into a male because you literally cannot do it. You might have the look, but you ain't got the equipment. And you can sew it up. You can glop it off. When you die, they're going to say that was a boy, that was a girl. It's going to say either female or male on your death certificate. It's not going to say cisgender, cis. They ain't going to say none of that. Marlon, you's a sucker for that, bruh. You's a sucker for going around the world, basically, like you just promoting this. And I just recently found out that Marlon Wayans is an ambassador of the United Nations. So it makes sense. It makes sense. We know that Keenan's compromised. We know that Damon's compromised. We know that Sean's compromised. So it only, and now we know for a fact, and Ben knew that Marlon been compromised. It's just certain things men ain't going to do. And the reason why I'm having this show, because we got to make the separation and the differentiation, man. Marlon, you ain't no man. You's a sucker. Right? And we ain't about to get it confused or none of that shit, man. Ain't nothing manly about nothing Marlon has been doing concerning his daughter. So when it comes to this situation, I'm not going to say that Marlon should have shut his mouth and not said nothing. It probably would have been in his best interest to shut his mouth and not say nothing. But being an advocate for the freedom of speech, I'm not going to say or tell nobody, I'm not going to say what somebody should or shouldn't do when it comes to speaking your mind, speaking your piece, having your opinion. Right? I will say it probably would not have been it probably would have been in his best interest to not say nothing. But I'm not going to say he's right or wrong for saying what he said. He just said what he said. Right? Now, it's context in what he said. Because what he said wasn't a lie. It wasn't like he was lying about what he said. It wasn't like he was telling lies when he said what he said. The former pretty boy said it could get real ugly. 50 definitely the wrong one to be trying to give opinions about his beast with, especially in the position he's in. 50 is the last of the dinosaurs in the public eye. Yeah, man, it's 50, and we're going to get the 50. We're going to get the Curtis, right? We're going to get the Curtis now, right? Right? I keep telling y'all, and like I would tell Marlon, y'all need to start, man, box clever with your language, man, in all ways possible. Box clever with your language. Right.
Long-term beef. It's personal.
Well, people are saying 50's wrong for doing it, but 50's right for doing it.
It's between him and Puff. Just the way Puff is down on his luck and 50's kicking a man when he's down. If 50 ever luck turn up on 50, you got to be careful what you put out. There's a karma to every action that you do.
You gonna see that day?
I think he already had his.
I think we already would have saw it.
He got shot 9 times. He paid his debt early. So that's why he's like, F it. Puff come out, he gonna probably have the 50 Cent documentary ready.
He should let it
Someone's
go.
working on it now.
Honestly, it's between both of them and God. I've seen Tupac and Biggie, both friends of mine, die for beef. I think we all need to learn our lessons. And at a point, you're gonna keep one-upping each other until the beef gets so out of hand that lives are at stake, and that's when you've crossed the line. 50 and Puff have a long
Right. Ain't nothing wrong with what he said right there. Right. That's actually facts. You know? That's actually facts. You know? But when you said this though, I'm just, you gotta box cleverly, man. You gotta box cleverly with your words, man. Right? All right. Let me pull this up. Oh man. Hilarious.
Already doing time, and he said 50 Cent got to be careful because he gonna get his karma, something to that effect. What you got to say about that?
F you, the boat you ride on, anybody look like you got your last name and rolled on that boat with you. You feel me?
Correct.
I'm picking a side, bro. You understand? I'm picking a side. I'm not giving no dude, you understand, that I'm against a chance to ever do anything against me again. I'm not giving him, he don't got no side, bro. Anybody on his side.
My brother Lot, what's popping with you, Lot? Tar, baby, what's happening?
Understood.
And I'm going on that premises for the rest of my life. If you like a nigga that I hate, nigga, I hate you.
Powerful. Shout out to my brother Imret. Right? I'm trying to find a video where Marlon was saying all that stuff he was saying on that. You know what I mean? It's another one.
Hey, Marlon, have you seen that the documentary, the 50 Cent?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
For Diddy?
I haven't seen it.
Oh, man, you working
Everybody
hard.
telling me you got to see it.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah,
probably don't want to see it.
You probably don't.
Because it's all skewed, man. Like when you put stuff together, you create whatever narrative.
Hey, look, Marlon's right about that. What do I always tell y'all? When it comes to this footage, when it comes to the technology and the editing capabilities of the new technology, especially now being powered by AI, I could take 3 minutes of film of any one of y'all, and I could edit it, and I could tweak it, and I could make it look, I could take that footage and I could make you seem like you are the most greatest, humblest, nicest, generous person ever. With that same technology and with that same footage, I could make you look like the worst, the most abominable, terrible person that ever existed. So Marlon's right about that, right? Let's go.
If you want to, and at the end of the day, everybody being programmed. Right now the man's serving time.
Right.
He went before the court. The court said this, and everything is God. But God said this is what he got to do. He got to do 5 years in pen. Let him do his 5 years.
Hey, Marlon.
right? And I agree with Marlon to an extent, right?
Hey, Marlon, have you seen that the documentary, the 50 Cent?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
For Diddy?
I haven't seen it.
Oh, man, you working
Everybody
hard.
telling me you got to see it.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah,
Probably don't want to see it.
You probably don't.
Because it's all skewed, man. Like when you put stuff together, you create whatever narratives you want to, and at the end of the day, everybody being programmed. You know, right now the man's serving time.
Right.
You know, he went before the court. The court said this, and everything is God. But God said this is what he got to do. He got to do 5 years in pen. Let him do his 5 years.
Hey, Marlon, have you seen?
Right. Let him do his 5 years, right? And I can go with that, right? But this is how the media works, y'all. How anybody got from that what Marlon said, that he was in any way defending Puff, that's just you putting 100 on 10. Because when I saw that, I said he was in no way defending Puff in any way. Right? All he said is the man got his time, he got his 5 years. You know what I'm saying? He said Sean full backdoor back. All he was saying that he got his time, man. You feel me? He got sent, but basically what he's saying is he got his time, he got convicted, he got his time, he's serving his time out, he paying his debt to society. That's basically all he was saying. Anything else, you put 100 on 10. He was no way insinuating that, you know what I'm saying, like he was okay with what Puff did, that he's an advocate for Puffer anyway. At least that's not what I got from it. Right? And I think we tend to do that, y'all. We tend to put 100 on 10. You know what I'm saying? Some of us embellish, if you would. Right?
50 and Puff have a long-term beef. It's personal.
Well, people are saying 50's wrong for doing it, but 50's right for doing it.
It's between him and Puff. Just the way Puff is down on his luck and 50's kicking a man when he's down. If 50 ever luck turn up on 50, you got to be careful what you put out. There's a karma to every action that you do.
You gonna see that day?
Right. Right. I don't get how anybody thought that he was defending Puff from that. He just basically was making a true and fair statement, right? But he also was saying that in the context of as if this is what I did get from that, though. I did get that maybe Marlon knows something we don't know. Talking about 50 going to get his karma and all of that, as if he knows something we don't know, right?
I think he already had his.
I think we already would have saw it.
He got shot 9 times. He paid his debt early, so that's why he's like, "F it." Puff come out, he gonna probably have the 50 Cent documentary ready.
He should let it
Someone's
go.
working on it now.
Honestly, it's between both of them and God. I've seen Tupac and Biggie, both friends of mine, die for beef. I think we all need to learn our lessons, and at a point, you're gonna keep one up on each other until the beef gets so out of hand that lives are at stake, and that's when you cross the line. 50 and Puff have a long-term beef. It's personal.
Well, people are saying 50's wrong for doing it, but 50's right for doing it.
It's between him and Puff. Just the way Puff is down on his luck and 50's kicking a man when he's down. If 50 ever luck turn up on 50, you got to be careful what you put out. There's a karma to every action that you do.
You gonna see that day?
I think he already had his.
I think we already would have saw it.
He got shot 9 times. He paid his debt early, so that's why he's like, "F it." Puff come out, he gonna probably have the 50 Cent documentary ready.
Huh? The 50 Cent documentary? Hey, the former pretty boy, and that's what I said. Right? That's the same thing I said, bro. I said, listen, y'all, sometimes the best response is no response. Right? Now, I didn't sit around beating my mind up trying to figure out what made Marlon answer that question, right? Because, you know, it could be a plethora of things. Mr. Oh, what happened, Joe? Right? But me personally, I wouldn't even have answered that question. That's just me. I'd have said, you know, I ain't seen it. You know what I mean? But you know, I'd have been like, nah, I ain't seen it. And to be quite frank, you know, I really don't even want to talk about it. Man. Let's move past that. Let's talk about something different. You interviewing me, don't ask me about no other niggas. Let's talk about me and what I got going on, right? Because I don't think a lot of people understand that you have the right to not have an opinion. You do not have to have an opinion about things, man. You can choose to not have an opinion. You can choose to not say anything. You can say, you know what? I don't even want to answer that question, man. You know, matter of fact, let's move on. Let's talk about me. I don't want to talk about that. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about me. Right? He said it went fruity as fuck. And it's always going to be like that with Marlon because I believe that Marlon is a fun boy. I believe Marlon is an undercover fun boy. Allegedly. I don't know this to be true. It's just what I think from my observation of Marlon. Right? He got all the characteristics of a fun boy. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Marlon definitely knows better. So that's why I always say when it comes to these people, y'all, when it comes to everything that's involved with all of this stuff, what I always tell y'all, agent provocateurs and rabble rousers abound. Right? Yeah, I don't care what nobody say, man. Marlon a fun boy. I know fun boys when I see them. You hear me? And I'm not proud of this, y'all. But I use this as a frame of reference because I got the experience, man. I've been unfortunate enough to go to prison. And in prison, one thing that I realized about being in prison is that there are different types of fun boys. That's not a one-size-fits-all thing. Pause. Right? Yeah, Sean been a fun boy, right? But it's different types of fun boys, y'all. Pause. And you would only know that if you've been to the joint, right? And Marlon is absolutely a fun boy. I would be willing to put money on it that he done definitely engaged or does engage in sexual acts with other males. Pause. Allegedly. My brother Brad Smith, what's happening with you, man? And listen, when I say that, it's not that I care or if it's any of my business. No, what I'm saying is when you are a man and you are sitting here portraying the image of a masculine man who stands on manhood and blah, 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 but you're doing fun boy shit. You supporting fun boy LGBTQ LMNOP barbecue committee shit. It is very difficult for me to accept or believe that you are any type of a man when I know real men don't do such things. Flat out. Flat out. Right? I'm not saying that if you a man and you happen to know people in those communities, right, that you might do business with, or maybe you grew up with as a child in the neighborhood or went to school. No, I'm not saying that, right? I know people from the LGBTQ community who I do business with and have known from we was young boys, but I mean, we ain't like the best of friends. We don't hang out, right? And I absolutely do not approve of or advocate for their lifestyles, although I respect that that's their choice to do. And that's what I be saying too. That's the same thing I was saying, man. I thought he should have just. So the fact that Marlon is even engaging and involved in this situation lets us know what Marlon is compromised. What does it also let us know? Curtis is compromised. We about to get to 50 now, right? I'm opening up the panel too because I want to get some of y'all brothers and sisters' thoughts on this, man. This is crazy, right? All in front of the people, right? Oh yeah, hey, you want to know something, man? Craig Harper, that came across my desk about a month ago, and I just didn't even decide to look into it. I didn't think it was something worth my time to look into. For many reasons. One, I just don't care. It's for one, it's not. If it's true, I wouldn't be surprised. And two, I just don't care. Sean stays out the way. He does his little comedy shows across the country, and he got his hands involved in the Wayans family, production company with his role in that. So, he's pretty obscure. He's pretty obscure. Oh my God, man. So when it comes to Marlon, man, it probably would have been in your best interest if you just shut your damn mouth. But the fact that you didn't shut your mouth and you're engaging in this whole fiasco lets me know not only that you're compromised, right? But you must got something going on. That movie you just played in didn't do too good. Right? That movie that Marlon just played in that came out, the football joint, they didn't do too good. It wasn't as hyped up as it wasn't as good as people was hyping it up to be or was what as expected to be. Right? But Marlon, man, sometimes the best response is no response, bro. Sometimes it's okay to shut your damn mouth and not have an opinion. Right? And that's a fact. Now, let's get to 50. Right? And that's what this is the main thing I want y'all to understand. Nobody's exempt. Nobody's exempt. None of these dudes are exempt. And I get into conversations with people when it comes to this type of thing. And people be like, oh no, you're a real nigga. Man, most of these niggas is compromised. You gotta understand, to be successful at the level that a lot of our so-called black entertainers are, don't you understand, to maintain success of multi-million dollars for a long period of time in the music and entertainment industry, don't you understand that means that some sacrifices were made? Don't you understand when you get to a certain tier, a certain echelon, a certain level, that there's sacrifices that have to be made? Y'all might think I'm being petty, man, but walk with me, man. Right? Right? As dope as this movie was and the album, I always wonder why 50 decided to go on his first debut album cover with his shirt off, all oiled up, with the Gucci, what was supposed to be gun holsters? Right. I feel you the form pretty well. I didn't see the movie. I saw the trailer and I'm like, it just looked like some old Illuminati, goddamn it, fraternal society, fun boy, creepy shit. Big E said, do y'all notice all of these entertainers have a gay or trans kids? I'm talking the upper percent. Yeah, man. Yeah, Big E. I've been telling y'all about that stuff, man. Yeah, that's crazy if Sean married. That's wild. Pause, man. That's but y'all always wonder why 50 decided to use this image as a photo cover for his debut album. It's something that I just remember seeing it back in the day, like, why niggas they be wanting niggas with their shirts off and shit, man. Right? 50 was wearing them damn bulletproof vests, man. Right? Now, 50 is a very successful businessman. But do y'all really think that 50 Cent could be at the level in TV and film production that he is without making some sacrifices and some compromises? Stars, Netflix, Warner Brothers, Lionsgate. Do y'all understand the people who 50 Cent is in concert with? Do you think you make it to this level, to 50's level of success and influence without making some sacrifices and some compromising? What makes you think that people who are not nowhere near 50's level, who we clearly know and can see have done some things, what makes you think 50 is exempt? You think 50 ain't been on the casting couch? Fifty played in the movie a few years ago. Right? Fifty Cent played in this movie a few years ago. This movie came out in 2011, about 14 years ago, right? He played a high school football star who was on his way to college, or he was a college football star who was on his way to the NFL, one of the two, but he had cancer, leukemia, if I'm not mistaken. And it showed the transition of him going to in shape, healthy. LA, what's happening? It shows the story of him going from a high prospect, healthy, in shape, very, very good football player to him being stricken with this cancer, and it basically deteriorating his body to the what we see on the right-hand side. Right? Now, 50 sit up here and went through drastic weight loss intentional in order for him to play this role. Now, this movie tanked. This movie did not do good in the theaters. It has a 5.4 out of 10 on the IMDb. 58% Rotten Tomatoes. I personally thought it was a good movie. But I mean, when you think about other movies 50's played in and the success of movies like Get Rich or Die Trying, you know what I'm saying? The success of movies like 8 Man. I said 8 Man. Get Rich or Die Trying. What's the other movie 50 played in that was real good, man? The movie with him and Ryan Phillippe, man. That was a good ass movie. Like 50 was on a roll in 2011 with the movies, man. Set Up with him, Bruce Willis, 50 Cent, Bruce Willis, and Ryan Phillippe. Y'all seen that movie? That's a dope ass movie, man. Yeah, this movie didn't do good in the movie theaters, but this is when I knew 50 was compromised. Right? Hold on, let me pull it up. All these movies came out in 2011. All Things Fall Apart, The Setup. It was a movie that 50 played in with Val Kilmer. A movie about 50 Cent and Val Kilmer being crooked ass cops during Hurricane Katrina. Y'all seen that movie? What was that movie called? Rest in the essence of Val Kilmer, man. Val Kilmer died last year, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Streets of Blood. Right? Dope ass movie, man. Dope ass movie. Oh, damn, I forgot Sharon Stone dude playing that movie too. She was like the chief or whatever. Hey, man, that look 50 played in some dope ass movies, man. Y'all ever seen Streets of Blood with Val Kilmer, 50 Cent, Sharon Stone? Dope ass movie. Damn, he do? I ain't hip to that joint. Did I see that joint? Why that sound vaguely familiar to me? What? Oh, okay. I remember this movie. Yeah, because old girl played in the movie. Dolph Lundgren playing this movie. Yeah, man. Jason Statham playing this movie. Got them and Megan Fox playing. I remember this movie. Yeah. Yeah, Escape Plan. Yeah. Bautista played in that movie. Yeah, man. See, like I say, 50 got movies under his belt, man. He got movies under his belt. So what I'm saying is, you don't make it to this level without having to make some sacrifices and some. That's all I'm saying. Then I forgot about this movie right here, Craig Harper, man. Right? Okay, so when we're talking about 50, right? We can't forget about, right? Of course, Power, right? Of course, the long series, running series, Power, right? Now, see, Power started off as a dope ass series, but as it got into the season, all that the fun boy stuff, man, right? 50 Cent is an advocate. I don't care what none of y'all say or how any of y'all feel. 50 Cent is an advocate for the LGBTQ LMNOP barbecue committee agenda. He pushed, promoted, advertised, marketed, if you would, the Fun Boy agenda with that TV show. Did he not? And like I said, any man who is a man standing on masculinity and manhood would never engage in such things for any reason. The very fact that 50 Cent, because 50 Cent executive produced, right? That as well. He also was a director. He also was a part of overseeing a lot of the writing for that show. So what I'm saying is 50 Cent was okay with the fun boy scenes. He was okay with the fun boy aspect that was added to Power. Exactly, man. So 50 Cent is an advocate for the LGBTQ LMNOP barbecue committee agenda. No man who is a real man would ever do such a thing. A real man would say, no, we're not having that shit on my show. It's already bad enough. He's promoting aspect of our society, of our community, us black folks, right? Where we just all drug dealing thugs in the streets, coming from the hood as young boys, young mustaches coming up in the hood, and we grow up and to become boss, big time dope dealers who then use their dope money to fund a legal business while also still being involved in the legal business. Like, come on, y'all, man. Come on, man. Let's not, you know, like I say, let's keep it to what it is. It's all entertainment to one extent, but at the same time, man, it's a very negative depiction of our community. Not just our community now, but specifically our community. 50 Cent helps perpetuate that, right? 50 Cent is a supporter, I would dare say an advocator for the LGBTQ LMNOP barbecue committee agenda. Just not in the ways that Sean is, right? Exactly, Big E, and that's the stuff I'll be talking about right there, man. Trying to, you know what I'm saying? Trying to dress it up real nice for us. This fun boy shit, this LGBTQ LMNOP barbecue committee agenda. Trying to dress it up real nice for us, like it's cool. You know, he a gangster, he a killer, you know, whatever, but he's gay. Like, understand that as a man, you can be the most killerest, gangsterous, toughest. You understand me? Bad about it, rowdy. When I heard somebody say that, I'm bad about it, rowdy. You can be the most whatever, right? You can be the most gangsterous ever, but as soon as you do some fun boy shit, all of that shit is out the window. Now, that's not to say that just because you a fun boy that you soft or you can't be a gangster or do some gangster shit, right? Because like my man Big E say, look at Omar, man. Omar was a gangster, right? He was a gay gangster. Oh my God, man! It was very, very disrespectful to see a guy like him, like Omar. Now we probably don't know if they're a fun boy or not, but we know niggas like Omar who like that, minus the fun boy shit. So just imagine a dude. This is the most dangerous guy ever walking the streets. A guy who is a fun boy and a snitch, and he'll pop your dumb ass. That's a dangerous dude right there. Yeah, it definitely worked, Big E. It definitely worked. You niggas is wearing purses and now and fingernail polish and, you know, wearing skirts. I'm just saying all this to say to y'all that 50 ain't exempt. Ain't no way in hell all these other people done been compromised and then sat on casting couches and wore dresses and, you know, got shot in the ass or whatever, and y'all think 50 is exempt? Like he ain't participated. You don't make it to the level of a 50 Cent without participating. You don't make it to no level of no 50 Cent without participating, man. Mr. O, man, you know I ain't lying, man. Omar made it popular to do all this. Yeah, man, he did, man. Exactly, Big E. You already know, man. You don't make it. Oh, my fault, y'all on Facebook. My bad. I thought I was turning my light off. My bad. You don't make it to the level these guys make it to in these industries without compromising your manhood and your masculinity. Just like as a female, you're not going to make it in these industries without compromising your femininity and your womanhood. No, it ain't no allegedly Craig Harper. That's facts. That's an absolute fact. 50 Cent mom used to run around with Supreme and them back in the day, man. She was getting to the check, man. $50 even said it himself. I mean, he literally said it out of his own mouth, right? That's why he was living with his grandparents, because his mom was out in the street, dyking, selling dope, running around with the Supreme team, you know, running around with the shower posse, right? Growing up, I was confused. My mama kissing the girl. Right? Most boys would be confused seeing some shit like that, man. You would be confused seeing that. Right? Now, this image right here is when I knew 50 was compromised. As well as Soulja Boy. Hey, yo. Yeah, man. Put a number 11 in the chat. Put a number 11 in the chat. If when y'all see this XXL cover with 50 Cent and Soulja Boy, tell me when y'all seen this, did y'all not think to yourself like, hey, yo, no man who is a man is going to take a picture with another man like this. Now, let me say something to y'all now, man. Let me put something in perspective for y'all. This ain't me just reaching and putting this on there. Let me put something in perspective for y'all, right? Shoulder to shoulder, chest to chest, waist to waist, man. Y'all got to understand this stuff, man. Why is 50 Cent's hand right where it's at? Why does he have his arm around this young man? Why is this man having his shirt off? Why is 50's face covered? Come on, Solo Dolo. Pause. Y'all ain't gonna sit here and tell me when y'all seen this cover back in the day that y'all wasn't like, hey, yo. You ain't about to sit here and tell me that, man. Right? So both of these guys are compromised, man. And don't ever forget, at one point in time, Puffy and 50 was cool with each other. Right? Don't ever forget that, man. Don't ever forget at one point in time. Don't ever forget at one point in time, right, that these guys were cool with each other. They got along to some degree, to some extent. They ran around in very similar circles. The same people who own Ciroc own effing. I want y'all to understand this, man. He said Soulja Boy look like his name is Two Cheeks. Hey, yo. Effin Vodka. Do y'all know about 50 Cent's vodka company, Effin? Effin Vodka is owned by Diageo. The same people who own Ciroc. So don't ever get this twisted, man. Don't ever get it confused or misconstrued, right? I say all that to say that they're connected through the same people mutually. So the same people who supported and funded Puff are the same people who support and fund 50. Wherein lies the difference between 50 and Puff? 50 is not as freaky as Puff is. That's the only difference. Come on, y'all, man. Y'all really think this dude 50 Cent ain't did no fun boy, fruity flay boy, fruity, fluky ass fruit boy, fun boy shit, man? Not that I'm asking y'all as men to put y'all's self in the mind frame of thinking about what another man does sexually. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, for the sake of the conversation, to contextualize it. Y'all think that everybody else that sit up here who got to levels that 50 is at and higher, you think that they got there and other guys have been compromised? You think this nigga ain't compromised? You think compromised? You think Nas ain't compromised? Man, quit playing, man. Puff was like the new gatekeeper. And I believe that Puff is being torn down in the way he is because he has shown that he got too much of a big head. He wanted to buy BET. He wanted to try to buy out Hulu and Revolt. He started talking crazy talk, like saying like how we need to band together as Black entertainers who are wealthy, and we need to start creating our own unions. We need to start creating our own, movie companies, our own, our own record labels, and all of this stuff. And then that's when we start hearing about Cassie and all of that stuff, man. This is the same dude that told you vote or die. This is the same dude who supported Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton. This is the same guy. The only reason why 50 ain't had his moment yet is because 50 is playing ball. He has shown and proved that he is willing to decimate his own just to be on top. He's shown numerous times that he's willing to publicly ridicule, humiliate his fellow black brethren in order to be successful and wealthy. He has shown that. 50 Cent has made sacrifices. He has compromised. 50 Cent has also played ball. He ain't try to buy Diageo. He didn't try to buy Glaceau. He sold his share in the company. He didn't try to buy the whole company. He sold his share. He didn't try to buy Stars. He didn't try to buy Netflix. He's okay with being an executive producer and not having major ownership in things. 50 has shown and proved that he's willing to play ball. You think 50 ain't done nothing to compromise himself? I'm telling y'all right now, man, when it comes to these people who run these industries, in order for you to reach the higher upper echelons, you are going to have to at some point compromise your sexuality, your integrity, and your manhood. Literally. The casting couch is very real. Yeah, all of that. Diddy was also at that meeting that took place at Jimmy Iovine's house, which started the so-called East Coast, West Coast war. Diddy was present as well at that meeting that we've all heard about. And that's just my whole thing. It's just like the people believe in the flat earth conspiracy, right? Theory, but they don't believe that in the reptilian theory. You understand what I'm saying? They don't believe in the reptilian agenda. Oh, yeah, but the flat earth, that's a 100. Yeah, the earth is flat. But ain't no reptile secretly running things, though. You know what I'm saying? You can't believe in one conspiracy but not believe in another one. I'm just saying you can do that, but if that's what you choose to do, but understanding and doing that, you know what I'm saying, you have that's what I'm saying. That's cognitive dissonance, y'all. All right. Yeah. And you got to even think too, Big E, even out here on the West Coast and this on the East Coast and even out this way. When 50 first came out, when he was signed to Columbia, they wasn't pushing him. We ain't know about 50 till he came out with How to Rob an Industry Nigga. Right? We ain't know about 50 Cent till he started doing the G-Unit mixtapes. Before then, he did the How to Rob an Industry Nigga song. You know? And look what he had to do in order just to blow up. Right? He made that song How to Rob an Industry because he thought that was the way to go. But at the time, that wasn't the way to go. That probably would have worked now. But back then, we still have some unity amongst ourselves, man. You got this nigga coming talking about to rob everybody, man. He said, I seen Juvenile robbing for his cash money TV. He said, nigga, I want it all. Then even my little teeth. Right? Yeah. That's exactly where his industry success came from when he got with Drake and Snoop. I mean, when he got with Eminem and Dre and them, man. Yes. Yes. You know, I'm about to drop the link, man. Y'all brothers can come up and spit y'all game, talk y'all ish, add to the conversation, ask me a question. You know, we're going to chop it up about this because, you know what I'm saying? We got to understand, like I say, man, at the end of the day, man, we all black, man. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, this ain't a good look for none of us. You know what I'm saying? It's not a good look for any of us. Especially when we know that them people at the top is like this. They like this. And this is too, you know what I mean? And it's needed when it's needed. Eagle said, go ahead, cam up, nigga. Hey, let me say something real quick, Biggie. I'm gonna pass it to you.
What up, Virg?
What's the deal? Just give me a couple seconds. I'm gonna pass it to you, Biggie. In 2020.
Oh, hold on, Virg. Yeah, my hair all over my place, all over the place, man. I'm out here looking like Captain Caveman and shit.
Good, good. No, I'm just want to say this though, y'all. And I want to be a big advocate for this in 2026. Right. As we peruse these social engineering, social media streets on the various platforms we choose to, right? Right. What I'm going to push for and advocate for specifically on YouTube is in 2026, man. Let's get ourselves in the habit of when we get up on these platforms and how about we cam up and we show who we is? Show we got some skin in the game. And we got something we willing to sacrifice while we sitting up here spinning our game and talking our ish, right? Now, anybody who tapping in, who's saying that, who whatever, when it comes to my homie Big E has cammed up on many different platforms, even on mine. So, you know, but I want to encourage y'all to get in the habit of doing that, especially over here, because in 2026 over here at A-Real Talk, you got to cam up, Jack. Every trip, right? Especially the times we're about to be coming to and the topics that we're going to be discussing. All of that anonymity. Put some skin on it, on that issue talking, right? Big E, what's happening, man?
What it do, man?
Man, you
what's good,
what bro? Shit, chilling, man. Sitting here, trying to chop it up about.
Can you hear
man.
me? You can't hear me?
No, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
It's a hella feedback, man. It's like hella feedback. It's mad feedback.
I don't know. I don't have no windows open and nothing like that. And my bars is up.
I'm gonna leave out and come back.
Okay. Yes, that must be on your end, Biggie, because it's loud and clear and crispy over chia. Yeah, 2026 over here, especially on A-Real Talk, you gotta cam up. Every time you come on, I drop the link. You gotta cam up, man. You gotta cam up, man. Gotta cam up, man. Y'all gotta understand the importance in camming up, right? You gotta understand the significance in putting a face to the name, right? All right, Big A, what's good?
Yeah, all right, y'all. Yeah, that's much better right there. Yeah.
I mean, you was crispy before on my end. I don't know. Maybe it was on your end where it was.
It's just a delay. That's what it is. It's a delay in it. That's what it is.
Right. But yeah, you already know, man, Big E, man. We sitting up here chopping about this stuff, man. Oh, he dropped out again. You got to get your connection right, Big E. You know what I'm saying? Anybody else that want to tap in, man, on this conversation, man, y'all see the link in the chat. Y'all more than welcome to hit the link. You know what I'm saying? I drops the link. People, especially when it comes to stuff like this, man, because we can pop it, man. You know what I'm saying? Two things can be true. Stuff like this, man. Two things can be true. You know what I'm saying? Two things can be true. Stuff like this, man. Yeah, Big E, man, got a window open. You on your phone? Listen, and I will also suggest this as well. If you're at home and you have a computer, it's best to tap in on the show on your computer.
I ain't got nothing else open. What the hell? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you good now. Ain't no echo or anything. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me now, Virg?
Yes.
All right. Cool. All right.
Yes.
Yeah, one thing, bro, Marlon should have stayed out of that. I don't feel Marlon should have got himself mixed up into that because his name wasn't nowhere in it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now, we know how petty 50 is. 50 finna put all this man business out there now. You already know that's how he is. You know what I'm saying? To me, all of these dudes, all of these industry dudes have been compromised, and especially the ones that's in the politics. Like especially this past election, you seen all these celebrities they had tap dancing and buck dancing for these. All of them are compromised.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, they get their popularity on how good they can get y'all to follow. You get what I'm saying? That's why Beyonce been on top for so long, because all these little girls want to be like Beyonce or Rihanna. You get what I'm saying? The minute they lose that appeal like that, it's a wrap for them. You know how they say, Virg, white supremacy breaks its tools when they're done with them. You get what I'm saying? Like you said about Nas, they just gave this nigga, what, $40 million casino or let him in on that deal? You think they let him in on that deal just because he Nas? They don't care. So I'm just saying, like, you know, just as a people, man, we got to get out of giving these celebrities praise. Because, bro, it's like they pretty much demonic. Like, let's say if Puff didn't start off demonic, he ended up demonic. You get what I'm saying? When they got all that power and the taste of that power, it went to their head. And they used their power, black people, out of their money. You know, like Jay-Z didn't want DMX to blow up because then everybody would have been like, nah, you ain't better than X. They saying it now, but, you know, it's too many snakes in the game, bro. It's way too many snakes in the game. And if you want to have any level of success, you have to compromise yourself. It's been more than enough of them to tell you certain things that you have to do in the industry. You get, even DMX even said it. He pretty much had a rap called The Industry. You know what I'm saying? So they tell you, Sinbad said he got out the industry because he wanted to save his soul. So what are they telling you? You get what I'm saying? Like, what are they telling you? Any, I don't want to just say, any entertainment that promotes your own destruction is demonic. You get what I'm saying? Any entertainment, when you got to down yourself to entertain the masses to make it, bro, what do you think is going to happen? You know what I'm saying? And with all these shows, especially the black shows, Virg, I mentioned in your chat before, the haves and the have-nots was bomb when it first came out, but then they put all of it, they made the Sun, the most powerful black couple in the Sun, they basically made their son a fun boy whore. All the white men in town were screwing him. And it just got too, it just got too compromised. That's why I stopped watching a lot of this. Right. I used to love Family Guy, but they got Herbert the Pervert on there, and ain't nobody saying nothing. If that would have been a black show with a perv written into the script, it would have been canceled long time ago, Virg.
Super canceled.
You get what I'm saying? They'll cancel the Boondocks, but then they'll let, Family Guy play on. And Stewie, he a little fun boy baby. This nigga a baby and a fun boy already. If you peep Family Guy, you know that. But when it comes to the black shows, you know what I'm saying? It's like you have to have alphabet characters in there, even though the creator of it is heterosexual. You see, the industry is like, basically, nah, ain't no heterosexual nothing going on in this industry. I mean, all you got to do is look at it. Is it in the cartoons? Is it not in all sitcoms? Is it not in all dramas? Is it not in all movies? Bro, even if you used to watch Young Justice, they made Aqualad, the black character. They made Aqualad straight fun boy. Mm-hmm. Right? So it's like, dude, I mean, it's like you keep, they're using these people like, everybody look at 50 as a big, strong man, but they give you them little subtle hints, give you the picture of him with Soulja Boy like that. Right. There's been other videos of the past where 50 done said some little questionable stuff, but like we all know, Virg, if you in that industry and you are successful, nah, you ain't finna tell me that you didn't collect no DNA evidence at least once, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Because you keep being successful. Like, look at Will Smith. Mm-hmm. Will Smith was a rapper, broke off into Hollywood, Will Smith got a hell of movie catalog. Matter of fact, his acting career is better than his rap career, and he started off a rapper. You saw him in that movie where he basically had to, compromise himself, where he was in the bed with that dude, and he was butt naked. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, all of these dudes is compromised, and I don't know everybody's spiritual beliefs or whatever, but they're leading you to believe that everything Yahweh or whoever your God is, whatever he said ain't cool. See, for me, it's Yahweh. Yahweh said this is forbidden, but they said, no, we said you could do. If you want to be successful in this world, this is what you finna do. You got to basically give up all your morals. Look at Tyrese. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you see what I'm saying, Virg? You see it?
Hey, yo, let me get this real quick. Hey, you got an echo going in the background, too. I don't know what that is, but I'm going to mute your mic while I say what I'm saying.
Okay, for sure.
And when I get done, you can talk
for sure.
Now, let me just say this, y'all, because Big E, I don't even think Big E realized what he said when he make the correlation, the connection, and to show you how these people keep using the same play, right? Now, in the TV show The Have Nots, the homeboy was a super fun boy getting banged out by all the rich guys, right? He was a whore. He wasn't just a fun boy. He was a promiscuous, flagrant. We call him flaming. He was flaming. You hear me? Will Smith in this movie, 6 Degrees of Separation, his first movie ever. And he not only did Will Smith play a fun boy, he played a flaming flamingo, fruity fun boy. Like he was like a promiscuous, like a conniving, like scandalous, like a dirty bitch in this movie. He was a con man in this movie who used his sexuality on other men to get financial gain. So, and I just referenced that because it came to my mind when he started talking about the other movie, and then he just proceeded to talk about Will Smith. So, and I'm glad that Biggie brought this up because I'm showing this to show y'all that we have a history, we got a track record, we got paper trail of this. So anybody who would say, "Oh, y'all tripping, it ain't how it is," we got the evidence to prove it. In order to get, and what happened as a result of him being in this movie here, he didn't get his big blow up from being on one of the most iconic, classic sitcoms ever, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He didn't get it from his very mediocre. I ain't gonna say mediocre. Yeah, his very I don't want to say lackluster. His very successful, but not like, I can't even say that. I can't say that. He had a very successful music career. Let me stop with this. Will was the first rapper to win a Grammy. So let me scale that back. But that wasn't enough, clearly. And he went from this movie right here, where he, I think, was only paid like maybe not even $1 million, to after he played in this movie, he gets $20 million of film from now on out. Now, what was the next movie he played in after this, y'all? Will Smith.
Might have been a minute after that, Virg, but I'll give you one even better than this. You remember how everybody, when we watched Baby Boy, Melvin was one of our favorite characters in Baby Boy. Then the next movie he played in, it was Pulp Fiction, and had him getting bent over, literally getting a meat injection. He went from playing Melvin from Hoover to getting a meat injection.
Well, hold on. Now that we're speaking on Ving Rhames, right? Don't forget, before Ving did that, he did this. Before he played that in Pulp Fiction, and before he played Melvin, who was a fun boy, He did this. Huh? Now, before Ving Rhames played this character, he's a very mediocre actor. Ving Rhames played in one of the most iconic cult films of my childhood. Guess what movie I'm talking about, y'all? Put a number 11 in the chat if you know what movie I'm talking about. Ving Rhames. If I'm not mistaken, this is one of his very first films. Y'all remember what movie I'm talking about? Cult classic. See, they got a history of this, man. This ain't just one person. This ain't just Puff. This ain't just 50. This is a generational thing, and it's a reason behind it, y'all, man. Right? And I say all that to say that if y'all think 50 ain't compromised, you think 50 is at where he at, and he ain't participated in fun boy behavior? Because in order for you to be successful in these industries, entertainment, music, you have to participate in fun boy behavior. At this level anyway. Don't get it confused. You can be very successful as an independent artist. Very successful. And wealthy. All right. But when it comes to $10 million, $20 million, $30 million, $100 million, big movies, TV shows, on the air for 4 or 5 plus years, 10 years, making movies. Right.
Virgil. Wesley Snipes was another one. You remember Wesley had all the movies and they made him go to Tu Wong Fu or put on that dress? You remember Wesley was playing he was dominating all the movies, but you know what's crazy? Around the same time, Arnold Schwarzenegger was hot. They didn't make him, he didn't have to wear them dresses like that. Mm-hmm. He could do the Terminator and Commando. And Total Recall.
You see, you already knew where I was going. Because Arnold definitely put a dress on in Total Recall, which came out before all these movies.
Oh, he did? Word?
You want me to show you? You don't remember? You don't remember the scene?
In Total Recall?
Yes. Yeah. Remember he dressed up like the woman to get the Mars?
Yeah, it's been a minute. It's been a while, bro. I just don't remember too many of the white guys having to wear dresses. Yes, like I don't remember seeing George Clooney in a dress. I don't remember seeing like Clint Eastwood and actors like that in dresses.
Nah, not Clint Eastwood. Well, Arnold definitely put the dress on, y'all, in this scene right here. Right? When he was trying to get the Mars, he had the thing. They redid the scene in the new one with Colin Farrell, right? And he had that 2 weeks. 2 weeks. He had started. He had a dress on, right? Yeah, that's if just in case somebody say, "Oh, he had a mask." Nah, he had a dress on. Oh, that was him. Right. Yeah. This is yeah, man. Hold on, let me show y'all this. My phone. I thought I had it on the screen, but I didn't. Yeah. Yeah, y'all gonna watch their first Total Recall. This was my movie when I was a kid, man. Sharon Stone was so bad in this movie. You hear me? Sharon Stone was beautiful when she was younger, man. All right. My man Douglas Quaid.
Hell, we could even go to Marty Marr. This nigga made like 15 Big Mama House movies.
Yeah. Right. So, but basically, what I'm saying is this: all these dudes are compromised to some extent, some degree, right? And in order to get to the levels of the game that these guys get to, y'all, you're gonna have to make some sacrifices and some compromises. Flat out. The casting couch.
And again, hey, Verge, this is what else is crazy. This is, to me, this is what should give it away. I would be willing to bet that at least 90% of all Hollywood that got kids is either alphabet or trans. Old girl Megan Fox is raising her boys to be girls. Madonna is raising them boys to be girls. When you look at a lot of these celebrities, so-called celebrities, when you look at a lot of their kids, they play for the other team. And it's like, dude, that's not no coincidence. Since when did that start happening, man? I've been around a long time. Since when did people just start having these kind of kids? Kids don't know nothing about that as they coming up. Ain't nobody trying to hear that. But that's crazy that the people you look up to got some kind of kid and they tell you, oh, I would love my kid. No, that's not normal. How the hell you gonna tell me as a heterosexual man and I got a heterosexual woman, how the hell you gonna try to tell me we produced a trans kid? Man, get up out of here with that.
Right.
It's like the people who can't have kids is trying to tell you what your kids are.
Right.
Nigga, you can't have no kids. What make you a kid expert?
And like I said earlier, Big E, right? You're not gonna sit up here and tell me or make me think as a man, right, that you are okay with, cool with, you're not okay with accepting of your daughter or your son being anything other than your daughter or your son. You're not going to be okay with, cool with accepting of your daughter coming to you like, Dad, I'm about to transition into a boy, a male. You can't sit up here and tell me as a masculine, manly father standing on manhood principles, man, and masculine. You ain't going to sit here and tell me that you okay with that. Because I ain't going to believe it.
Nope, you're not. Ain't nobody going to say that. No. You can try to be politically correct, but that's a hell no. You raised your son to be a man, and all of a sudden he come tell you he want to be a woman. Man, that shit'll crush you.
I'm talking about, listen here, Big E, man. It will literally crush you as a man. Because like I say, when you raising your children, your daughter, your son, you don't have it planned in their life, right? For them to sit up there and be a fun boy or a fun girl. And of course we can say, well, you don't know the kid's going to grow up to be the screw all that, man. Raise the kid in the way they shall go, and they more than likely will stay on the correct path. So somewhere along the line, if this is the decision that a child has made, as a parent, we have to take account for that. We have to take blame in that at some point. I'm not saying that you as a parent might be having some latent fun boy or fun girl ideology or desires. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying somewhere as a parent you failed. You lacked. We lacked as a parent if our kids turn out that way. And you want to know why I'm going to
Okay, but Verge, let me ask you a question. How old were you? How old were you personally?
Right.
When you felt like you can make your own decisions, whether they be right or wrong?
I want to say, if I can remember back, I was maybe like 11, 10, 11.
Okay. Now, with that being said, once a child feels that way, it don't matter how much parenting in the world. See, Verge, what we gotta understand, the best teacher is life.
Facts.
Okay, your parents could tell. It's just like how that proverbial. You could tell your child stay away from that stove 1,000 times, but then that one time that child go over there and touch that stove, and we don't want you to get burned, but it might take you to get burned for you to get me telling you, for you to understand why I keep telling you stay away from that stove.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, life is going to teach you. Your parent is here to guide you. If you don't want to listen to your parent, guardian, whoever the person is that's trying to guard or steer you right? Well, then life is a whole different kind of teaching.
Right.
Life is going to give it to you raw and uncut. Verge, as you was growing up, did you think you was going to end up in jail doing the time you did? Hell no, right?
Absolutely did not.
Okay, but life taught you some valuable lessons up to this point that nobody else could have taught you. Am I right?
That's a fact.
Cause see, you've been in jail, but I know a lot of people that ain't been in jail. So what they gonna tell me about how to deal with that? That wasn't you. That wasn't a part of you. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, you gonna be tripping off when I tell you what life is like behind them walls. Not trying to be braggadocio, but everybody gotta know that. See, Virgil, I made a lot of mistakes. And I'll tell people, okay, bro, look, I ain't here to pontificate to nobody, but just understand the decisions you make today will affect you tomorrow, no doubt. So just kind of have the same energy if you know what I'm saying, if you don't want to listen to nobody telling you right, kind of like you be seeing on these podcasts. You got people that ain't never been married, that be gay, trying to tell you how to have a successful marriage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, dude, for real, y'all, this is what it come to with y'all listening to that. You know what I'm saying? Life, nobody knows what you go through better than you. Okay? So it's up to you to make it. There's really no right and wrong, Verge. It's good, best possible decision, worst possible decision. Because guess what? The things you did to go to jail, guess what? You learned fully, didn't you?
Right.
That's over with, ain't it?
Right.
Lesson learned, right?
Listen, 9 years out of
Right? So when you telling your kids or people that want to listen, hey, bro, I ain't telling you not to do you, but, just understand what come with that. That's all I'm saying. That ain't preaching to nobody. You just letting them know there's a flip side of that coin. You get what I'm saying? Like, okay, it's two sides.
Right.
Same thing with cheating. I done cheated hella times before. But I tell dudes, no, okay, I understand. I'm not going to tell you what not to do, but just have that energy when you get caught. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I'm not going to be like, no, you shouldn't do that. No, nigga, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. Hey, bro, I understand. I've been there. You get what I'm saying? I'm not going to talk to anybody like as if I ain't never made mistakes, especially if I made similar mistakes. You get what I'm saying? Bro, I've been there, done that. When I got busted, bro, it really hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, that shit seemed like it take years off your life, what you got to go through. Don't let it be a baby mama and you got to start going to court about the kids and, all this kind of shit. Verge, that shit will age you, bro. It really will. So I'm just here to tell you, bro, you can save yourself a lot of heartache if you just make the best possible decision you can. And then you just keep it pushing. I didn't preach to you just none of that. You know what I'm saying? Just understand that life is going to throw you more wicked curveballs than straight fastballs. You know what I'm saying, Virg? You can hit that fastball out the park from time to time. But when life throws you that wicked curve, especially if it's something you ain't never been through before, that's when you're going to get tested. That's when life tests you. If everything is going good, then yeah, everything is gravy. But what about when everything ain't gravy? How are you when everything ain't gravy? What if you in a situation where money can't bail you out or whatever? You get what I'm saying? Like, again, you don't know. There's all kind of things. I lost a child. My sister passed away in my arms. Ain't nobody could teach you nothing about that. You get what I'm saying, Virg?
Right.
What a nigga gonna tell me if you ain't lost no child or your sister didn't pass away in your arms, nigga? Don't tell me you know how I feel, nigga. You don't. That's something that you got to go through yourself. You know what I'm saying? You just got to surround at least for me, you surround yourself with people that got that good energy. You know what I'm saying? They gonna give you your space. You good? Yeah, all right. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's really, because it ain't nothing nobody could really tell you. So, these dudes here, like who we speaking on, and see, to me, Marlon been compromised for a long time because the Wayans family was popular in the mid 80s. You know what I'm saying? Keenan Ivory Wayans put everybody on. You know what I'm saying? You gotta understand. You remember, bruh, not only did they have In Living Color, but you remember they started, doing movies like I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker. What was the movie that Damon Wayans played in with Bruce Willis, The Last Boy Scout?
Last Boy Scout. Low Down Dirty Shame.
Low Down Dirty Shame. You get what I'm saying? Like they was right. And then guess what? From that spawned Jim Carrey. Now we know how many movies in Hollywood he been in. Now let me ask you this. Keenan Ivory Wayans put Jim Carrey on. How many movies did you see anybody from the Wayans family in of his? That's a hell of a trivia question, ain't it? You can't think of not one movie, can you?
Hold on, say it again, though, Big E.
I said Keenan Ivory Wayans, he put Jim Carrey on, right?
Right.
Okay. Jim Carrey has been in a boatload of movies. How many, if any, but how many people from the Wayans have you seen play in any Jim Carrey movies?
Oh no.
Now what I'm saying is, what kind of stuff is that? This family put you on. If it wasn't for the Wayans, nobody would have knew who you was, right? So from that, bruh, Ace Ventura, right? Your movie career, you owe your whole career to the Wayans. And you couldn't put nobody in that family in none of your movies, and you were the star, you were the shot caller, The Mask, right? All the Ace Ventura movies, Liar, Liar. Hold on, man.
Yeah, man. Y'all know what it is, man. Smash that like button. Cook on the bill. Well, actually, no, he wasn't on before. He actually got on before the show, but also through Keenan Ivory Wayans. Right? Right. Jim Carrey was a bit actor, right? But even before he got his real big break through Keenan Ivory Wayans. He had
Sorry about that.
He had big roles when he was a young man, but his big role came in the movie-wise when he played in the movie with him, Damon Wayans, and Jeff Goldblum. You ever seen that movie?
Hey, let me ask Mr. O, who was he? Because see, again, I don't remember Jim Carrey before him being on In Living Color, Fire Marshal Bill and all that. I've never heard of him prior to that. Now, I'm not saying he didn't have nothing going on, but for sure, the Wayans put you on the grand stage for you to get your product out. How many different characters did he play in Living Color? And we talking about this is the 80s. I didn't know of anybody that was big. I've never heard of Jim Carrey before that.
This is the movie, right? This is one of the very first movies. I'm gonna say the very first movie Jim Carrey played in that showed his acting ability. You ever seen this movie before? It's him, Jeff Goldblum, and Damon Wayans. It's called Earth Girls Are Easy. You ever seen this movie before?
Nah, you know the title didn't get me, bro. I ain't never seen it. I can't front.
It's a very quirky yet funny movie. I will say that. But he even got his major acting debut through Keenan Ivory Wayans, who executive produced this movie. We got a young Jeff Goldblum in this movie. We got a young Damon Wayans in this movie, and a young Jim Carrey in this movie. Tells the story of three aliens from some planet far away. They crash land on Earth, and they took on some human forms by some way, and they goddamn it got with some broads, man. Put a number 11 in the chat if you ever seen Earth Girls Are Easy.
Well, see, that goes to my point. That means if Keenan Ivory Wayans produced and directed it, well, he put you in his movie. You get what I'm saying? So that's all that I'm saying. Like, if you had something okay, that'd be just like and I'm not gonna say on this level, it's kind of like a loose example. Like everybody knew, at least on the West Coast, everybody knew who DJ Pooh was, but to the rest of the world, he read from Friday. You get what I'm saying? Right. Even though he had something going on, but you got knocked the F out. Who you think Smokey was talking? No, he was talking to Debo. No, he was talking to that was when they looked at Red's eye right after Debo socked him in the face, right? My mama got me that chain. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people didn't know DJ Pooh because, he kind of played the background. But Jim Carrey, from Keenan Ivory Wayans' success, he went on to play in some blockbuster movies like The Mascot did Paper. Ace Ventura did Paper. Me, Myself, and Irene. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was in all kind of movies where it's like, damn, bro, you couldn't get the people. A whole family of actors. You couldn't put nobody from the Wayans family, not even me Davidson, no David Allen Greer.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
All those movies that he played in, Jim Carrey didn't executive produce. He wasn't in positions of authority or nothing, or none of that. It wasn't like he was producing the movies he was playing.
Well, yeah, but damn, like, dude, you was big in Hollywood. Like, bro, you ain't got no pull. Like, you ain't got no industry juice. Like, hey, man, come on, man, let me pull Marlon. Even though they was making they had their own things going on. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, it's like, damn, bro, like, pass the plate around a little bit because, bro, Jim Carrey went on to make some dough, bro. Like he went on to play in a lot of movies. Like if you look at his catalog, he got Denzel, Jim Carrey, Will Smith. These is people that they got quite the catalog, quite the list of movies, bro. And movies people forgot about. You remember movies like Denzel played in this movie called Virtuosity. You don't even hear about that movie anymore, do you?
Big E, that's the very first role that Gerard, not Gerard, but that's the very first role that my boy, man, what's his name? Russell Crowe. That was his very first major role.
Russell Crowe? You mean if you talking about the co-star, wasn't that John Lithgow?
No, that was in Virtuosity.
Yeah, that's right. That is John Lithgow. What's the other one? Ricochet. That's the one. Ricochet. Ice-T even played in that movie. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying that, like, bro, I'm just saying, it just to me seemed like, bro, you could have had, like, come on, man, I know you got some kind of influence, like you could have let somebody in the family be a co-star, extra, anything.
Nah, that nigga, he wasn't directing nothing.
Oh, Once Bitten, yeah, you know what? Yeah, that movie was actually funny. I like that. I didn't even realize that was Jim Carrey. That was the vampire movie, right?
Before this movie.
Yeah, that's 85. Yeah, that movie was kind of big. That movie was kind of, especially for the time. Those kind of like that, Zapped, Porky's, Weird Science, like all those movies was kind of big back then.
Well, actually, this movie, Earth Girls Are Easy came out 2 years later. So this probably was like his second major role.
Yeah, I'm saying like, just them kind of move, like Revenge of the Nerds, this right here, like I said, Zapped, just all them little like teen white boy kind of type, Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Right.
Them movies. So Once Bitten, 16 Candles, The Breakfast Club. You remember when all them movies, the Molly Ringwald era, and all them kind of movies. So that Once Bitten, like that movie is kind of like that. Those were the kind of movies that were big back then. You know what I mean?
Right.
You talking about 1985 when you was a star, you was a star. You know what I'm saying? It was, the 80s was a dope time, man. It's too bad a lot of people didn't. It was dope. The 80s was dope, man. The 80s and 90s was dope. You know what I'm saying? It just got crazy when them automatic weapons hit the scene. But as far as music, entertainment, and stuff like that, it was live, man. It really was. You know what I'm saying? It was a really fun time, bro. People don't know what they missed. Life before the internet was the shit, bro.
It definitely was. We gotta understand how important our generation is.
Yeah. Life wasn't always like this. Like,
we gotta,
you know what I'm saying?
We got a frame of reference, y'all. We remember when things was not like this way. We remember when it wasn't no internet, no social media engineering. Y'all got to understand the importance and significance of that, man, moving forward. Go ahead and land your plan, Big E, man. I'm about to end the show, bro.
Yeah, man, because I got to get ready to bounce. But I'm saying, like, bro, a lot of this stuff that Virg talking about, I'm talking about, Red be talking about, especially when it comes to these people, bringing it back to what he was talking about. These people is already paid, bought and paid for already. They got to do what they told. Period. You know what I'm saying? Like, like you say, you're not going to achieve, certain levels of success that these dudes have seen, without compromising yourself. I think you got to totally sell out when you When they call you billionaire, I think you done totally compromised yourself. That's just to me.
Oh, that's for sure.
Right. So don't listen to none of these dudes for your politics. Keep it for me, Virg. I keep them all just entertainment. Keep your political advice. Keep your relationship advice. Nigga, you just come on my screen to make me laugh or cry or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's it. As far as any life decision, nigga don't get on TV talking about go take a shot. Nigga don't get on TV talking about you should be voting for this. No. You watch out. Somebody told you to say that. You don't even mean what you saying. And your paper so long that it don't matter who president. So I don't want to hear your mouth. So, you know, just to me, everybody, just keep these people as just entertainment, nothing else. You your own boss, or you got your own source, or people you can go to for your real life advice. And I'm gonna land with that one, Virg. Thanks for having me up. Everybody enjoy the rest of their evening and keep winning.
Keep winning. You already know, Big E. Shout out to my brother Big E. Yeah, you should have hit the link earlier before Pretty Boy. I'm about to end the show. But I'm about to do another show in about an hour and a half though. So don't even trip. We're gonna talk about this birthright citizenship shit. That's what we're talking about coming up at 9:30. You feel me? 9:30 my time. So out that way on that West Coast, it's gonna be 6:30. We're gonna sit up there and talk about the damn birthright citizenship. We're gonna get to it and why we should be up supporting Trump 1,000% on getting rid of birthright citizenship for illegal immigrants, and why we should support them kids that are the product of birthright citizenship, aka anchor babies, why they need to be getting on up out of here too. Their status as citizens should be revoked and rescinded. Right? We go by about an hour and a half. Listen, man, Marlon Wayans used a sucker. And 50 Cent is a sucker to a degree too, but you know, so Marlon Wayans is a special type of sucker, though, man. Ever since Marlon Wayans sit up there and just paraded his daughter around out like that, man, I have lost all respect for him as a man. That made me look at Marlon Wayans different. You know what I'm saying? Super, super different than I already was looking at him. Like, now I know you fully compromised for sure that you're doing this. It ain't even really getting the nigga nowhere. That's the crazy part about it. Man, smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page, y'all, man. Sharing your social engineering. Appreciate everybody coming in and tap in with your brethren, your brother. You already know, man, I appreciate all the support. Hit that like button, smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page. Share on your social engineering. You did. Support your interests. Support your independent content creators. You know what I'm talking about? Because we want to be the ones that really break the platforms. You know what I'm talking about, where you get real ones on here chopping up heavy game about various subjects, man. Especially when it comes to the serious stuff that actually matter, man. A lot of y'all don't even realize that when we have these conversations on certain things we talk about, the importance and the significance of and how it affects us, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to understand how everything is all connected, man. You know? You know? We got to sit up here and start really analyzing, man, really breaking stuff down, man, really fighting. Not this content that's being shown to us, man. You feel me? That's not necessary. You know what I'm talking about, y'all, man? This dude, listen, I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. And this is why I say, man, I love having the level of discernment that I'll be having, right? This white boy, Brandon Looney Tunes, I'm gonna assume that's what they say. He's sitting in my queue, right? This is why you gotta have your discernment up. He's sitting in my queue, right? He hit the link. Now, y'all realize how long ago I dropped the link, right? He's just now dropping the link, and as I'm ending the show, he's coming into the comment. He's coming into the queue, and I'm looking at him right now. And Brandon Looney Tunes, I'm gonna assume that's what that say. I'm looking at your picture. I can see where you look like you on some weird shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you look like you on some weird shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to end the show anyway, so you ain't coming up. So, you know, if you really wanted to come up, you should have came up when Big E came up. I'd have brought your ass up and see what type of shit your ass was on. You look like a little goofy ass white boy. He said I was gonna come up too after you said that because I'm the but you and you know say my man DeForm Pretty Boy that canned up hella times coming up here on this platform. So you know what I'm saying, but I'm pretty sure you of all people, DeForm Pretty Boy, understand the importance and significance of camming your ass up. And come 2026, you come up on this platform, you got to cam up or you won't get let up. You hear me? You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, though, y'all, man, enjoy the rest of y'all evening. If you're about to go to bed, if you got to go to work, but if you're not going to sleep just yet, in about an hour and a half, we're about to be going in again. We're going to be talking about goddamn birthright citizenship, Donald Trump, and all of that, man, with the illegals and all of that, man. We're going to get to it. So make sure y'all tap in, man. Hey, man, my brothers out there, man. 50. Should I say Curtis, Sean, or Marlon? I'm pretty sure both of you guys that sit up there and did some, I'm pretty sure both of you guys that sat up there and did some egregious, I'm talking about, man, I'm pretty sure, man. I'm pretty sure y'all have, man, right? But when it's time for whatever truth y'all hiding to be revealed, I'm pretty sure it will. I don't really care, to be honest with you. But this whole situation right here with y'all two dudes, man, you know what I'm talking about? Hey, man, that's what y'all signed up for, you know? And when your day of reckoning come, because Sean was definitely right. Right? Sean was, let me count up. Sean was right. When it's time for 50 Cent's time to come, whether it be 10, 20 years from now, it's going to come. Because if you think 50's been playing the game at the level he playing and he ain't compromised, he hasn't sacrificed, something wrong with you, man. And I'm going to just leave it at that, man. You know? I had to come up and say that real quick, though. You feel me? See how I came up and showed my face? See how y'all can see my face? I ain't just talking shit behind an avatar. Y'all can actually see my face. Skin in the game, man. Right? But when you a real one like myself, you know, I ain't got nothing to hide. And anything you want to know, I'll tell you if I ain't already talked about it. Y'all pretty much know about me. You hear me? So, yeah, man, we about to go into about another hour and a half, hour and 20 minutes now. And, you know what I'm saying, tap in, walk with us, man. Hey, man, brothers, tighten up out there, man. We need to start linking up with each other, supporting each other's content, support each other's business. We need to get rid of gang culture. We need to get rid of simp culture. We need to get rid of the sucker hoe ass nigga culture. We need to get real men back on manhood, masculinity. Shout out to my brother Sir Ism and getting on our manalytics. You hear me? We need to start linking up like a goddamn bike chain, putting all that little bullshit to the side, man, all that whack ass image, man. We need to start being on some real militant type stuff, man. I'm telling you, UN Agenda 2030 is upon us, man. And we're gonna discuss it at 9:30, man. So tap in, man. You already know what it is. Man. Smash that like button, click go subscribe to the page, man. Share us.
Sir. Put grit in it. It's going to hurt.
Task force, black force, we the tag team. If it's a nightmare, then it must be a bad dream. E&E, running our lanes like a track meet, skipping over hurdles. Call us a track team, all paperwork legit. It's the fact team, then double up the championship belts like a tag team. Black on black, yeah, it's a black thing. Black jewelry shining on all of our black kings. All black everything, we got black tea. All black coffee, man, I don't add cream. North give you all you need, no more caffeine. Close down the whole set, no more casting. Remove targets off our back like a black team. We keep growing up the game like a black team. The girl got a problem with me, then get at me. I'm tired to a bumper, now you got a drag queen. You can't stop me, you old as jalopy. This is past me, and I got it photocopied. Caught up on film, flow tracks and sloppy. Trying to attack me, you a carbon copy. I see the heat like chimney blocks, and I charge for a hook, put me in a penalty box. Man, I'm killing the ops while I look at my watch. All hands on deck like the time on the clock. Task Force, Black Force, we the tag team. If it's a nightmare, then it must be a bad dream. E&E, running our lanes like a track meet, skipping over hurdles. Call us a track team, all paperwork legit. It's the fact team, then double up the championship belts like a tag team. Black on black, yeah, it's a black thing. Black jewelry shining on our black
Keep
kings.
my grass cut low to catch a glimpse of the snakes. Devilish serpents with purpose to steal your cake. Smiling in your face while they got their eyes on your safe. Yeah. Boy, that hatred, man, they make you do some foul things. Switch up on your niggas like the numbers when the Dow change. When I work for Millie, still a grind like a broke. Take it for granted, should be gone in the proof of smoke. Better put your plan in action, niggas get you used to hope. Formulated the plan, calculated the steps. 2020, my vision, see my way to the check. Get it. Only way is up, I made my way to the steps. Let's go. Look, only way to move is building kingdom shit. Niggas won't make a move, want you to bring them shit. But God bless the child that can hold his own. They want to give you numbers in his cell like a mobile phone. But fuck a cop, any wicked, you this was just fuck. Cause niggas on the edge, there for you to push. Bullets loaded tight up in that magazine. Bring a nightmare to American dreams.
Task Force, Black Force, we the tag team. If it's a nightmare, then it must be a bad dream. E&E, running our lanes like a track meet, skipping over hurdles. Call us a track team, all paperwork legit. It's the fact team, then double up the championship belts like a tag team. Black on black, yeah, it's a black thing. Black jewelry shining on our black kings.